Hello, this is Mike Brownson, Westell's Director of Business Development and now Product Line Manager for In Building Wireless as well. Thanks for taking the time to learn about our newest addition to Westell's line of public safety DAS solutions, the ProtectLink. This is a short presentation highlighting the unique features of our newest platform. We've designed this BDA from the ground up, utilizing my 20 plus years of public safety IBW experience in order to make our BDAs easier to install, safer for the radio networks, and to include features that AHJs will love. So, introducing the first of our ProtectLink solutions, a 700 and 800 megahertz Class A and B selectable BDA listed to UL 2524. So knowing how limited space can be in closets at times, we've maintained a very small footprint. It's 50 to 30% smaller than most other BDAs on the market. And for those familiar with our PS series Class B BDAs, you'll see it's just a little bit larger than our current 2-watt BDA. About the same space on the wall, but a bit thicker. We're offering several models. All will be upgradable with a simple license key. And it's loaded with intelligent features that make it easier to install and operate more reliably on the radio network. So to review just a few of its features, in the Class A mode, it supports 32 filters in the 800 band and 33 filters in 700. We specifically separated the FirstNet filter into a dedicated filter optimized to operate over LTE systems. In the Class B mode, it supports 4 independently selectable filters. Now, to reduce the amount of space required on the wall, we integrated all battery charging and alarming into the BDA. This simplifies the installation greatly by not having to deal with a big, large, heavy battery backup unit. Instead, we just have a compact battery cabinet that's just a couple of batteries and DC cabling going to the BDA. We also integrated a mandatory isolation test prior to programming of the RF configuration to assure that the installation has the necessary isolation to operate safely. One of the features I'm really excited about is our remote Annunciator solution. We integrated a serial port on the BDA to support our compact remote Annunciator. We'll touch more on that in a few minutes. The other features like DAS Ready, Intelligent Oscillation Management, I'll explain in more detail in the next few slides. And of course, ProtectLink supports the typical intelligent features such as channelized squelch, web-based user interface, and features of very low power draw. These BDAs will be offered as Class A or Class B selectable only. All right, I should say Class AB or Class B only. Sorry about that. So in the Class A, in the left column there, you see all the filters that are available from 12.5 kilohertz up to full band 818 megahertz. The red filters are the ones that are available in Class B mode. The black ones are available in what we call Class A mode, of course, understanding that 100 kilohertz and 150 kilohertz are not technically Class A, but they are selectable in our Class A mode. When the BDA is purchased as a Class B only version, the filters to the right are available. So we'll have 4 selectable filters ranging from 250 kilohertz to, again, full band, 6 megahertz in 700 band, 18 megahertz in the 800 band. Now, when you select certain filters, such as the 3, the 7, the 10, or the 18 megahertz filter, there's no need to figure out what the center frequency is. The BDA will automatically enter it. So you just set the bandwidth, and the BDA is smart enough to know if you set it to 3 meg in the 700 band, the 800 band, it's smart enough to know that that's the NIPS-PAC band. Now, you can manually change it, but typically, if that's what you're doing, then you know that's what you need. Westell's own special algorithm to protect the public safety radio networks we call Intelligent Oscillation Management. It assures that if something changes in the environment that reduces the isolation between the donor and the indoor antenna system, thereby causing oscillations, the BDA will sense this and reduces the gain intelligently. So the BDA will search out that sweet spot where it's operating at the maximum gain possible without causing oscillations. Now, at any time the BDA is operating at a reduced gain, an alarm relay is triggered, alerting the monitoring company, as well as SNMP traps and indicator light on the remote annunciator. If the BDA cannot reduce gain enough to support safe, non-interfering operation, it will shut down, assuring that the radio network is not harmed. Now, I'm particularly happy to show our remote annunciator. It's easily the most compact and attractive annunciator in the market. It's designed to mount on the front of a standard 2-gang electrical box, making it really simple to install and nearly flush to the wall. It connects to the BDA over a standard Cat5 cable with RJ45 connectors up to 650 feet away from the BDA. The annunciator panel includes an audible device as well, which can be silenced locally or can be permanently disabled in the GUI if it's not required. Another unique feature is a built-in emergency power off capability. There's certain HJs that require the BDA be disabled from the fire control room in case it's causing interference or for whatever other reason there may be. There's growing awareness of the issues that can occur, which causes a BDA to interfere with the outdoor radio network. I saw a recent requirement from the Pacific Northwest calling for the building engineer to be trained on how to shut down the BDA in a building. Our EPO shuts off all RF amplifiers immediately, allowing a safe and effective way to control a potential interference once detected by the radio network authority. And then, of course, that interference can be addressed by a technician on site to troubleshoot what happened. So here's a typical installation setup showing the BDA. Below it is our BBC 003 battery cabinet, be mounted on a wall. Plus there's connections to the compact remote annunciator with Cat5, the EPO switch with the 2-wire cable, and then the fire alarm cable. AC power is provided only to the BDA, which then provides charging current to the batteries. If the AC power fails, power is drawn from the battery. Now, alarms are monitored by the fire panel through 7 relay outputs. The remote annunciator is connected by a Cat5 cable, and the EPO, if needed, is a simple 2-wire connection. On the bottom of the BDA, we offer watertight conduit fittings for very clean installation that complies with UL 2524 and NFPA. Also included are some watertight cord grips if the installer prefers to use those instead. Now, here's the feature I'm actually the most excited about. We call it our DAS-ready architecture. What this means is that the BDA you buy today is capable of being expanded into a fiber DAS solution in the future. With the addition of an optical chassis, shown below the master BDA, it will allow the master BDA to support up to 8 optical remotes, each with up to 2.5 watts per band. And the cool thing is we maintain the RF server port on the master BDA to serve the antennas in the local area. So this allows for 1 less remote than other competing products and reduces the overall cost as well as reducing the footprint of the installation. So watch for the optical master unit and the fiber remotes to be launched later this year. Here's a few screenshots of the user interface. So we kept the user interface really simple and very intuitive. So in the top left, once signed in, you have an immediate view of the overall status. Plus you have buttons to take you to specific screens where you can apply system settings, such as the location and contact information, the time, IP addresses, and more. another screen for all the RF settings and filters, another screen to monitor all alarms, set alarm delays, or to mask unneeded alarms. We also provide a formatted print report for all BDA settings for inclusion in closeout reports, as well as the ability to export the settings or create a backup file to import into other BDAs for the same market area. So here's a complete SKU list. So we have 5 variations or 5 configurations that we're releasing now. So we have the dual band 7/8 2.5 watt class A or B. We have the single band 2.5 watt. We have a dual band 2.5 watt class B only. And then we have a dual band 1 watt class A or B. And then we have the same 5, but offered as kits. This will include the BDA, the battery cabinet, and 200 amp hour batteries, which will support this for 12 hours. Of course, we also offer 160 amp hour batteries, so it can be purchased separately or as individually for those areas that are needing 24-hour support. Then you see there the remote annunciator, the battery backup cabinet, the various batteries, and at the bottom are the 2 license upgrades that will be available at the start, and that will allow you to upgrade a 1 watt to a 2.5 watt or the class B to a class A. I hope you found this information useful. So contact your Westell Regional Sales Director for more information, or go to westell.com for options to contact us if you don't know your regional sales director. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention, and be sure to watch for more new and innovative products coming from Westell soon. Thank you.